crowd did the anthem on their own there as well, Peter.
Ladies and gentlemen, proudly, the founding father of Fight Vision, Bill Morty, presents an international junior welterweight contest scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds between, from the red corner, scaling 63.75 kilograms, hailing from San Juan, Puerto Rico. 108 times he boxed as an amateur, being successful on 103 occasions. Professionally, he has contested 42 bouts for 39 victories and 2 draws. Wearing blue trunks with white band and pipings, currently rated 6th in the world IBF listings. Fluently authenticating ritualistic, artistic fervor, Angel Hernandez. And his opponent occupying the blue corner, weighing 63.70 kilograms, hailing from Sanssouci, Sydney, Australia, former world amateur title holder, undefeated in 11 professional bouts, 8 by knockout, leading contender in IBF ratings, lucidly encompassing remarkable monarchical horizons, Kostya Tszyu.
Conley didn't let anyone down with his introductions tonight. Certainly got right into the dictionary today.
Ringside judges,
here we go, the
Johnny
moment of truth for Kostya Tszyu.
Seth Perkins, Bernie McMahon.
Hernandez a southpaw by inclination, but he is a switch hitter. And in that fight against Chavez 2 years ago, he repeatedly pushed Chavez's head down, pulled and pushed Chavez against the ropes. So it'll be interesting to see whether he adopts those rough tactics against Kostya Tszyu, a man who can work inside and certainly has plenty of power behind his punches.
Billy Mayles, the referee, the first of 10 3-minute rounds, junior welterweight contest between Kostya Tszyu and Angel Hernandez. The big one for Kostya Tszyu at the end of this one, if he wins, a chance at a world title against Jake the Snake Rodriguez. Got a lot of work to do between now and then.
Well, triple world champion Jeff Fennick predicts that Tszyu can win this early, inside the distance. Don Majeski, the American agent who used to work for Bill Morty, however, says this is a risk fight and one that he wouldn't have taken. Mike Ackery, of course, now Bill Morty's agent in the United States.
Okay, so it's Kostya Tszyu in the traditional black trunks for him, up against a much taller Angel Hernandez in the purple and white trunks. And Hernandez crouching, almost coming down to the same height as Kostya Tszyu, with that crouching style, unusual style. Southpaw, then switches, so he's an awkward customer. Very, very tall. Kostya Tszyu moving up as he always does. That left being pumped out by Hernandez. The eyes of Kostya Tszyu aiming to get inside, and Hernandez.
Only 3 men have gone the distance with Tszyu as a pro. 2 former world champions, Juan Laporte and Livingston Bramble, and of course that very tough Mexican Hector Lopez.
Livingston Bramble, after being down early in the fight here in Newcastle, went the distance, but he just survived, as did Laporte. It's Kostya Tszyu looking very, very focused. Some judges have questioned his defence, saying he carries his gloves too low, but he got by against the very well-performed Lopez, and the eye of the tiger always in Kostya Tszyu. Konstantin Tszyu, out of Sanssouci now, formerly from Serov in Russia.
It's a long way from Serov to Sanssouci, that's
Certainly
for sure.
is. I know where I'd like to live. But it ain't Serov. Left being poked out by, and the right now by Angel Hernandez.
Well, he looks a very awkward customer, but Tszyu very confident. Tszyu's as confident as I've ever seen him.
I don't think he's ever lacked confidence.
I think the Hector Lopez fight, though, showed him that he needs to be totally fit and totally focused. He maybe went into that fight taking it a little bit easy. And there, as we said, that's exactly what he did against Chavez. He holds down the neck of his opponent.
He's like a big praying mantis compared to Kostya, isn't he? Kostya's going to have a lot of trouble getting into that inside position where he loves to hit. And hitting on the break there. Left from Kostya Tszyu. Round one.
It will certainly have gained Hernandez's attention, that one.
Certainly would. Hernandez poking out the left, and I think already he's got respect for Kostya Tszyu. The right going out by Hernandez. The left by Kostya Tszyu. Kostya still moving up. Oh, good right by Hernandez, and that found the right side of the face of Kostya Tszyu, but he walked through it.
He dropped his hands again there, Tszyu, and he just says that he won't hold his hands up. That's not his style. But if he does keep getting caught by Hernandez, he'll have to do so.
Well, he certainly did. It didn't affect him too much, but I'm sure it gave Hernandez some confidence. It was a pretty good blow by Angel Hernandez. There's Kostya Tszyu just taking in the water, spitting it out. The referee's got a cut eye now. That's something that you don't often see in fights. And Billy Males has got a cut over the left eye. So there he is. Billy Males has caught one in breaking that up. Let's see if we can pick it up in this round. But it was on the break. He asked the fighters to break, and
caught one for his trouble.
And caught one for his trouble.
Well, that is a first. I don't think I've ever seen a referee
there
bleeding
it is there,
before.
coming around the back from Hernandez. And there's the face of Billy Males. Well, he hasn't had any claret coming out of that eye, I don't think, since his boxing days.
That's
a
amazing.
long time ago, but he'll cop it and do a very proficient job too. Round two, Kostya Tszyu versus Angel Hernandez. Well, what an incredible situation. The only one with any blood coming out of them at the moment is the referee.
Billy Miles just shook his head and had a quiet laugh. Hopefully the blood won't go into his eye, and so he can't see. Like a praying mantis, but he got
caught by Kostya Tszyu, and buckling a little bit was Hernandez. He felt the full power of Kostya Tszyu there. Kostya with a mouth open. He always has his mouth open in a fight. Often it'll look as though he's smiling or talking to his opponent, but he's just getting a bit of oxygen. That's a trait of Kostya Tszyu, that he fights with his mouth open a fair bit of the time.
Although he was stopped in the fifth round by Chavez, Hernandez is claiming he's never been to the canvas. Hard to tell with all those fights in Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic where you can't get the full reports. But certainly he's very proud of his durability, Hernandez. So it's a battle of one very durable fighter against one very explosive fighter.
Kostya Tszyu versus Angel Hernandez, scheduled to go 10 three-minute rounds. We're in round two. And he's already proving very awkward for Kostya Tszyu is Angel Hernandez. I mean, he's got a great height and reach advantage, but Kostya taking the fight up to him. Interesting uppercut just a few seconds ago, which we don't often see from Kostya Tszyu, and now Hernandez beats him to the punch. Now a left by Kostya Tszyu.
Tszyu has to take risks every time he goes forward, simply because of the reach advantage that he's giving away to the Puerto Rican veteran.
Huge reach advantage. Oh, good left by Angel Hernandez. Right over the top, misses. Goes underneath Hernandez. Kostya Tszyu in close, very strong in close. Oh, uppercut by Kostya Tszyu on the break.
Yeah, he's throwing plenty of uppercuts today.
He certainly is. That was the left uppercut, and Hernandez took it right on his chinny chin.
Hernandez.
Left by Hernandez, beat Kostya Tszyu to the punch, but Tszyu had a right cocked and ready. So he's ready to take one to give one, is Kostya Tszyu. The left just grazing the left-hand side of the face of Kostya Tszyu. Costa, eyes constantly on the face of his opponent. Again, Hernandez beats him to the punch with the left. Goes to the body, Kostya Tszyu. Very awkward customer is Hernandez. Kostya Tszyu.
Very focused, Kostya Tszyu.
Focused and very intent and wanting to fight in close. Good left by Kostya Tszyu, getting through the defence now of Hernandez. And Hernandez sitting on the ropes. And Kostya Tszyu hits him on the left.
He's
and puts him straight out of the ring.
He's
a great left by Kostya Tszyu. And Hernandez, show pony on the ropes there, is out of the ring. And the count goes on from referee Billy Miles. He says, I'm okay.
I'm
But he's got
astounded he
the
got up from that.
hippie
Astonishing
shakes.
he got up from
Kostya Tszyu goes after Hernandez
The
now.
bell's rung,
He
the
has
bell's
Hernandez
rung, they
in
haven't heard
the
it.
red corner.
The bell's
And he's
rung,
hurt.
they haven't heard it.
The ring, the bell is gone. The referee hasn't heard it. They're fighting after the bell. The bell is ringing, and the referee has not heard it. Such is the roar. And listen to that crowd here at the
Superb
Newcastle
round from
Entertainment
Kostya
Centre.
Tszyu. I'm
So
amazed
Kostya Tszyu,
Hernandez got up.
after knocking down Angel Hernandez in round 2, wanted to go on with it. Didn't hear the bell, and Johnny Lewis was screaming from the corner. Great sport that he is. It went 20 seconds over. That went 20 seconds over. Here is Kostya Tszyu at his very best.
Right, left. It was the left that did the damage there.
The left through the ropes and out onto the photographer's apron went Angel Hernandez. And look at that. That's the face of a man that says, where am I? San Jose or am I in Newcastle? There is the wife of Kostya Tszyu, Natasha. Only married recently on a return journey to Russia, and she thought that that was the end of the fight. And the cry goes up for Tszyu, Tszyu, Tszyu. Angel Hernandez. And I think he took Kostya Tszyu a little lightly there, wanted to show pony on the ropes, and almost paid the ultimate for it.
Well, if it's true he's never been down before, he's certainly been down now, and I'm amazed he got up. It was a very, very good blow. He looked in a lot of trouble. He showed a lot of guts to get up.
He certainly did. Round 3, and it's a very wary. He's even crouching lower now. Angel Hernandez, left, right by Hernandez, but little Kostya Tszyu has his sights firmly set on the face of the Puerto Rican. And Hernandez takes a left, a vicious blow by Kostya Tszyu, a left by Tszyu again. That's the punch that's doing the damage.
Tszyu
and
smiling.
Kostya, very confident now, goes in for the big right, loses balance. The right, left by Angel Hernandez, left over the top by Hernandez, towering over his opponent Kostya Tszyu. Left and right misses there by Hernandez. Kostya Tszyu coming in, wanting to fight in close. That's where he does his most damage. And obviously, that's where he wants to get Hernandez. Always throwing blows in close.
Well, Tszyu knows he can hurt Hernandez, knows he's got the power to stop him. It's just a case of picking his moment, not getting over-eager.
Right, swinging right over the top of Hernandez. We're in round 3. He's been down in round 2 as Hernandez.
And Hernandez throwing the head there. And he's
getting a warning
for him.
Getting a warning from Billy Miles. He won't put up with any nonsense from the Puerto Rican, but neither will Kostya Tszyu. He said you want it in spades. Here, left by Kostya Tszyu now. Now Hernandez, wily customer that he is, using the elbows and the shoulders. Billy Miles pushes him away. And very, very aggressive Billy Miles at the moment. He and Hernandez have almost both been down in this fight. Billy Miles with a cut left eye. Hernandez through the apron of the ring with a vicious left.
He used the head again there. Hernandez used the head again.
Yeah, Hernandez, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes very close to maybe a disqualification if he keeps that up. Kostya Tszyu. After Hernandez, we're in round 3. Scheduled to go 10 3-minute rounds at the moment. Hernandez still trying to clear the cobwebs, but he's hanging on well, wins it of it.
Tszyu well in command at this stage. It was certainly a sensational second round. Hernandez has recovered well, recovered his composure.
Yeah, plenty of boxers wouldn't have.
Plenty of boxers would have stayed down. I was amazed he got up.
Yeah, he got up. He's come here to fight. That's exactly what he's doing.
But for how much longer, that's the question. Tszyu's got him against the ropes again.
Yeah, that's exactly the same spot that he put him through the ropes in the last round.
This time, however, he's holding on and wrestling. He's learned his lesson. He's not going to showboat against the ropes again.
No, showboating before. Look at Billy Miles just putting his hand in between the heads. There's Kostya getting him in a headlock and says, "You want to wrestle? I'll wrestle," says the little bloke. There's the end of round 3. Kostya Tszyu, after a pretty even round 1, has grabbed this fight by the throat. And Hernandez sitting on his stool, and after being down in round 2. It was a terrific left by Kostya Tszyu to put him down, and there's Johnny Lewis talking to Kostya Tszyu.
Jeff Fennick, Kostya Tszyu looked like he had it won in the second.
Jeff Fennick is joining us at ringside again after that knockdown in round 2. So here is Hernandez and Kostya Tszyu. A lot of headbutting, Jeff Fennick.
Well, when he cautioned him for the head, it wasn't a headbutt, it was a shoulder. The shoulder was just there. We just seen him illegally use his shoulder. But the reason why Kostya didn't knock him out in round 3 was because he was just trying to land that one big punch again. He didn't go back to basics and just start over again. He knew that he hurt him in round 2 and he went out there waiting for that one big punch instead of trying to work off his jab again and work his way into doing what he done in round 2.
Okay, Jeff Fennick joining us at ringside there for the end of round 3. Round 4 coming up, and well, it's Angel Hernandez versus Kostya Tszyu, and Tszyu very much in the driver's seat in this fight, and looking to put away the Puerto Rican. But he's tough and he's wild. He's been down, he's got up, and he's going to do everything to hang on in this fight. Gee, Billy Miles nearly got another one there to the body. He's got blood all over his shirt. He's got a cut eye, and he nearly copped one to the midriff there. He's very fit, but he's going to have to be in this fight.
He copped another cut to the mouth, and let me tell you. And if Hernandez stays on the ropes, the fight will finish very soon. He's got to stay in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, he took Kostya lightly and stood and showboated on the ropes. I'm sure he's learned his lesson.
Yeah, the question for Kostya now is to whether to go for the knockout. He knows he can hurt him, or whether to be patient.
I think he wants to fight in close and put him away, and that's where he fights best. Right now, he has Hernandez in the neutral corner, and a good left by Kostya Tszyu to the face of Angel Hernandez. And Hernandez doing well now to get away from that neutral corner area. And he ties up Kostya Tszyu, and the head is going everywhere. Billy Miles keeping a close eye on both heads here as they come close together, and he's very, very wary of the headbutting that's gone on in this fight, most of it by the Puerto Rican. But Kostya's not completely innocent in that regard either. He'll do what he's got to do to win, and he's got a very hard head. Don't let the ponytail put you off. Not a lot of power there in that lunging forward leap by Angel Hernandez, and he gets around the back of Kostya Tszyu.
This is exactly as the fight report said. He will hold, he'll maul, he'll grab the back of the head. He'll do anything necessary to win, Angel Hernandez.
Well, he walks straight into a left from Kostya Tszyu there. But the Puerto Rican's corner starting to urge him on and feel that he's getting back into this fight somewhat. Very animated in his corner, and his corner screaming out to Hernandez to hang in close to Kostya Tszyu. Punts, says referee Billy Miles. Doing a lot of hanging on Hernandez and a lot of flaying of the head from side to side. Real mauling contest now.
It is a mauling, brawling affair.
29 seconds remaining in round 4. Left over the top by Kostya Tszyu in the clinch.
Well, this round hasn't gone the way that Kostya Tszyu would have wanted it to go.
No, it certainly hasn't. The fans don't like it either. Expressing their displeasure. Oh, he's left and right by Kostya Tszyu. I don't think he'll have time to put him away in this round. And Hernandez showboating again and almost talking to Kostya Tszyu there. And there's the end of the round, and Kostya hits him to the body with a right, and Hernandez escorted to his corner there. Plenty of action at the end of that round and after it, and wins the dub. And another good round for Kostya Tszyu.
Certainly finished the round well. I thought he was given a lot of problems by Hernandez early in the round, Jeff Fennick.
Yeah, he was mauled, he was held, and he looked a little frustrated, but when he did land with a big punch at the end, Hernandez was hurt. He might have opened his mouth, and here they are. Left, right to the head, left hook.
Look at Hernandez.
And he wobbled, he wobbled.
He certainly did.
Here they come.
There's
now.
the taunting. Look at the taunting of Hernandez. Jeff, what's the feeling when a boxer starts to mouth off in the ring? I know plenty of times it happened to you.
Well, if they've got time to think about mouthing off, they're really not thinking about the fight. And, you know, Costa's deadly focused. He's not, because he's getting hurt.
Okay, so there it was. Open mouth. Angel Hernandez. Anything but an angel in close, I might add, too. I think he's been given the wrong tag there with the name Angel. In close, he's anything but.
He's got lumps on his collarbones about 3 inches high, so he uses that shoulder pretty well.
Certainly does. Built-in shoulder pads. Round 5, Hernandez and Tszyu.
This is what Kostya's got to do. He's got to work off his jab, be a little bit of distance. This guy's starting to hurt and tire, and then he'll land with big punches like those.
Well, he almost swung himself off his feet, Kostya Tszyu there, with the power of the punch. Looking for the big one, Kostya Tszyu at the moment. And underneath goes
Hernandez working inside,
beating him to the punch.
But he shouldn't look for the big one. You just see as he started out slow, he was able to land with the big ones.
So it's a question of patience then for Kostya Tszyu.
Uppercut, a good punch by Kostya Tszyu, straightening up the Puerto Rican. Feigning injury is Angel Hernandez. Right over the top by Hernandez. Misses with a left over the top. He's come to rumble all right, and a rumble it is. In close Kostya Tszyu now. Right by Kostya Tszyu.
Well, he's giving Tszyu a contest.
Right by Kostya Tszyu again. Left rabbit killer there by Kostya Tszyu to the back of the neck. Referee saying free the hands and punch out of it. Hernandez smothering Kostya Tszyu in close. Still remaining. Almost on the ropes. Beats Kostya Tszyu to the punch, but Tszyu hits him with a right. Short jab left there from... Oh, there's the elbow
Shoulder again.
and shoulder.
Again.
Let him lay down. That's the spot. Turn the right. Come on.
Punching out of it was Kostya Tszyu. Left by Tszyu, right by Tszyu, left by Tszyu again.
Huge combination.
Hernandez in trouble again.
It's gone.
The right by
Legs
Kostya
buckled.
Tszyu. The legs buckled again from the Puerto Rican, but he's as game as they come, and he remains on his feet. Hernandez copping some heavy punching there from Kostya Tszyu.
Yes, certainly
1
the world amateur
minute,
champion,
5
former
seconds.
world amateur champion, very impressive. Still a minute left in this round.
Yeah, great performance there by Tszyu, but Hernandez would not go down. Showing great courage as the Puerto Rican. Been down once in round 2.
If he hadn't come here to fight, he could have gone down by now and no one would have said a word. But he has come to fight. He's here to put up a show, and he's certainly doing that. Hernandez realises if he beats Tszyu, he's got a chance at a world title, and
He's
that's a
ranked
big
6th
opportunity.
in the world in the IBF at the moment. And Angel Hernandez said he'd come to fight. He said he'd put away Kostya Tszyu in round 7. Well, there have been times when he didn't appear to be here in round 7, and right now is one again. He's buckled again. 28 seconds remaining in this round 5. Kostya Tszyu looking with a left there. Left over the top by Kostya Tszyu. Again, the legs buckled from Hernandez. He's hanging on though, and he'll see out this round. Round 5. 13 seconds remaining in the round. Left by Tszyu, a good punch. And again, Hernandez buckled. Oh, right underneath by Kostya Tszyu. Oh, the uppercuts are vicious. And Hernandez now just standing there, copping the punishment from Kostya Tszyu at the end of round 5, and a great round for Kostya Tszyu. And the uppercut, the underneath punches, a new punch to the kit, Jeff Fennick.
Well, it's not a new one, but it's using it lots more tonight. I mean, just there in the last 10 seconds of that round, he worked the uppercut and he worked the body with tremendous results. It's just a pity this kid don't do it all the time. He's really a headhunter, and if he went to the body more, Windsor, what do you think?
I think you're right. He's looking for the one-punch knockout all the time. When he goes to the combinations, he wears people down very quickly, but instead he's hunting for the head. The combinations work
in round
superbly.
5, and Hernandez really troubled here towards the end of this round. This is Kostya Tszyu, a great right by Tszyu, and he almost lifted him up. We'll see the uppercut shortly as Kostya Tszyu right through the guard there, just bustling his way through the guard of Hernandez. Feigning to throw the right, throwing the left. There's the right over the top, and Kostya Tszyu, very impressive in close, Jeff Fennick.
Awesome punching power, but this Angel Hernandez is showing how tough he is.
Now they come to round 6, and he looks as though he's been under a waterfall, does Angel Hernandez. His trunks are drenched with water. They virtually threw a half a bucket over him, and he's finding the heat here at the Newcastle Entertainment Centre something to overcome, as well as the never-ending fists of Kostya Tszyu. Into round 6 now. The left lead poked out by Angel Hernandez, crouching then, going underneath, hanging on, trying to make it awkward as he can for Kostya Tszyu. He's been down in round 2, he's almost been down in round 4 and 5, and he is still here in centre ring at the Newcastle Entertainment Centre. Hope you're enjoying the action through Sky Channel, through Special Transponder 8 in your favourite hotel or club right around Australia.
Angel Hernandez is showing that he's worked very, very hard for this fight, being hit with them big punches and being able to come back out each round. Look as fresh as he does is remarkable. It's really a sign of letting us all know how fit he is here tonight.
And he's beaten Kostya Tszyu to the punch with left leads, wins the Dobbin several times in this 6th round.
He has. He's beaten him with the left leads, but I'm not sure how much venom there is left in those left leads. Possibly a little bit less than there was at the start of the fight. Tszyu walking through again there.
Yeah, Kostya Tszyu again having Hernandez on the ropes, but Hernandez coming out with a very strong left there, as if to say, well, I've copped the best, I've been down, you haven't copped my best yet, Buster. But a left by Kostya Tszyu. That uppercut, lefts and right uppercuts tonight, certainly being thrown with a lot more rapidity than we've seen from Kostya in his previous 11 fights as a professional. And he's got to do that because he gives away height and reach to most of his opponents.
Oh, he got
good
caught
right
there.
by Hernandez.
But Kostya just walked straight through it and responded himself.
He did. It was a good right by
He
Hernandez.
can't afford to get caught like that, Tszyu. That's what happens when you hold your hands low.
Good right by Kostya Tszyu and a left, and he's certainly willing to take a couple to give them, but he hasn't moved. Well, Hernandez has hit him with some good shots, but he just kept coming through.
Certainly got a solid chin, Kostya Tszyu.
He certainly has. Right over the top by Kostya Tszyu, missing the target. Referee Billy Miles putting his right hand on the head of Hernandez frequently in the clinches.
Well, they said this was a danger fight for Tszyu, and certainly Hernandez proving a dangerous opponent.
Certainly is. Hasn't worried Tszyu to this stage, but still there,
There's
and that's
still
a worry.
lurking potential menace there, though.
In his 11-fight career, you've got to really say he's fought all kinds of fighters now, and this is just another lesson, another test that, as far as I'm concerned, he's certainly passing, and it all spells, you know, very, it looks good for the future.
Certainly passing him with flying colours. I mean, he's an awkward customer. He's only been beaten by Chavez, and here Kostya has dominated most rounds. Sure, Hernandez is still there, but I think every round that Kostya Tszyu goes against fighters like this fellow, he's going to improve all the time. There's the end of round 6. Wins the Dobbin.
A good learning experience this for Kostya Tszyu, and if he can beat the fighters of the calibre of Hernandez and Hector Lopez, then he's probably ready for Jake the Snake and Rodriguez.
A lot of puffiness. I think it's over the left eye, or under the left eye of Kostya Tszyu.
Yes,
a lot of
right.
puffiness.
There he is now, and that left eye is got to be causing a little bit of a worry.
Laurie Nichols is up doing his Tigers dance, throwing a few punches out there for Kostya.
30 to go, John.
Here's a replay.
A replay of the action in round 6. And there's the left that got through the.
But see there, Peter, again,
defence.
it's to the head. Why doesn't he stay low and work that body? It's such tremendous body punch. I would wish he would stay down, tuck the head down, put the chin down, and work to the body. And then his opponents will drop their hands. They won't be able to hold him up that high.
Okay, so cut the tree down. Cut the tree down from the trunk, says Jeff Finnick, as we get into round 7. Wins the Dobbin. Are you impressed with Kostya Tszyu thus far?
I'm very impressed with Kostya Tszyu. He's used that uppercut very effectively. It does worry me that he kicks his hands down so low, but he's never going to change that, so that's just the way he fights.
Certainly is a bit of puffiness, as Jeff Finnick pointed out, under the left eye of Kostya Tszyu. We're in round 7. This is the predicted round for a KO by Angel Hernandez. Well, Hernandez is still there, and he's a dangerous customer, as both Jeff Finnick and Wins the Dobbin, my co-commentators here at ringside at the Newcastle Entertainment Centre, have stressed here tonight. And here's Hernandez switching it around a little bit now, and he has Kostya Tszyu against the ropes, but not punching away from the ropes, and Tszyu comes at him very strongly.
Kostya Tszyu was just goading Angel Hernandez, hands right down, head right in front of his face, inviting him to throw punches, but he wouldn't throw them.
Left and right by Kostya Tszyu as he goes in and clinches in, and the heads go both go down there like a couple of billy goats on occasions here in this fight. Right by Hernandez in close. Billy Miles breaks them up. Left and right by Kostya Tszyu. Left by Angel Hernandez. Left and right again by Hernandez. Kostya Tszyu again has Hernandez on the ropes. He spent a lot of the fight there on the ropes and even through them on one occasion in round 2. The awkward Puerto Rican hanging in. Kostya Tszyu with a left.
Trying to work him against the ropes, but Tszyu's being held, and Hernandez has learned his lesson, and he spins him around.
Swinging around Kostya Tszyu. Tszyu made sure he didn't turn around because he knew that Hernandez was lying in wait.
I think the Kostya Tszyu record shows if you go past 6 or 7 rounds, you'll go the distance with him. Laporte, Bramble survived half the fight. They lasted the distance. Will this one go the distance tonight?
Well, it didn't look like it early, but certainly we're into round 7 now of this scheduled 10 3-minute rounds, and maybe Angel Hernandez is going to see it through. Kostya Tszyu doing his darndest to put another KO on his record, but he's a tough customer, Hernandez. Right missing from Kostya Tszyu, and the timing of both fighters well astray in this round 7.
Yeah, this is a horrible wrestling match this round, but that suits Hernandez.
Well, the main reason is because Hernandez is a sporting kind of fighter.
Well,
he's holding. He's just like a big pro man that's just holding and just surviving.
Yeah, he's decided to survive, I think.
But Kostya's got to work to the body to make him, make him fight his fight.
By Angel Hernandez.
21 seconds left, then 20 seconds left for Hernandez to live up to his boast of a 7th round KO. I think that's most unlikely.
I think it's unlikely too. He's going to survive round 7 though. He didn't look it early in the fight, so a pretty ugly round this one, where there's been a lot of holding by the Puerto Rican as he attempts to do, as Jeff Fennick pointed out, to survive against Kostya Tszyu. Though very intent on going after the Puerto Rican. End of round 7, and a terrific lead for Kostya Tszyu, but the last couple of rounds, certainly the Puerto Rican has tied him up in close, using his shoulders and head.
Big cut on the right eye of Angel Hernandez. Big cut.
Yeah, gash over his forehead.
Big cut. I think the fight will be stopped.
Okay, there it is. There's the cut.
I think the fight will be stopped.
Billy Miles having a very
Let's
close
listen to the
look.
referee.
I have to get the doctor, I'm sorry. But I know that's no legal point to that. Come on. Punch. Okay, you punch, please. No, I'm not arguing. I'm not saying it. No legal points to that. You know that. No legal points to that.
No losing points through that, says the court.
The cut happened at the end of the round, right that corner, and Hernandez complained that it was a head. I didn't really notice it.
Well, Billy Miles, a very proficient referee, is called on the doctor.
Lou Lewis looking over the corner.
It's a terrible cut.
It is a terrible cut.
Finished. Lewis has said he's got to stop the fight. Felix Pintor, the trainer, is very angry about this, but Lewis has said it stopped. Kostya Tszyu the winner.
Kostya Tszyu the winner.
Gash. Now that's a giant gash over the eyebrow.
Yeah, it is a giant gash at the end of the round, and that's a tough way for the fight to finish. Jeff Fennick, you hinting ahead. Felix Pintor is hinting that it was a head that finished the fight, not a punch.
Well, it happened right at the end of the round, over in the neutral corner, and he is saying it was a head, but whether it was or whether or not, Kostya Tszyu was definitely in front.
No doubt about it, Kostya Tszyu was well in front in the fight, and there we have it. At the end of round 7, the fight has been stopped by the referee, Billy Miles, following a cut over the right eye of
If we could see a replay right at the end of that round.
We'll have a look at it shortly, Jeff. Let's go to our ring announcer, Ray Connolly, with the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to a severe eye injury above and through the right eyebrow of Angel Hernandez,
There was
the
a
winner
head and a left, and it was hard to tell
in
which one
round
caused it.
7, maintaining his unbeaten professional record, 12 bouts, 12 successes, 9 inside the distance, Kostya Tszyu.
Well, there's Kostya Tszyu, winner by TKO at the end of round 7, and it's a very disappointed Puerto Rican camp. Felix Pintor complaining that it was a headbutt, and well, there's the elated Kostya Tszyu.
Certainly a head did go in there, Peter, and it was followed by a left hand. A question about which one caused it.
Well, Hernandez did know at the end of the round. He showed concern straight away that he had a cut.
I'm sure there's going to be some controversy in the ring. I'll go to centre ring and see what we can pick up.
Yep, Kostya Tszyu walking around, waving to his fans. Blowing kisses to the crowd. He's delighted, Kostya Tszyu. Laurie Nichols, the Balmain supporter, behind him. Hernandez going around, getting a round of applause from the fans. He put up a very good show. Stopped for only the second time in his career, losing for only the second time in his career, Jeff Fennick. Certainly a good professional, Hernandez.
Yes, well, he was very, very clever.
Ladies and gentlemen,
he did the best he could out there, and he certainly
trainer of
had
Angel
reason
Hernandez,
to lay down a couple of times, but he showed
Felix
tremendous
Pinto.
heart and
Your
kept fighting on.
disappointment at the result of the contest, Felix.
I'm gonna be honest, like, with all the fans, they did a good fight. So far, I was seeing Tszyu might be winning the fight.
Well, the Puerto Ricans unhappy, but we'll go to a break and be back with you at the Newcastle Entertainment Centre very shortly.
Clean punches.